All right, so today we're going to be doing a Royal Golden watermelon transplant, and I also have a special variety of pineapple that I want to companion plant with this variety. All right, since the pineapple plant is still a pup, they shouldn't interfere with each other's growth. Um, the pineapple pups need at least a year to grow before they can produce fruit. So the pups are still small, the root systems are still small, so it won't interfere with this. Put this to the side. For a brief moment, I want to explain how I'm going to go about planting this in two different ways, which are still very similar to each other. So first, I have this grow bag right here, and we're familiar with this method that I've been utilizing. 15-gallon grow bags. They're bottomless, no bottom on them. So the soil is in direct contact with this ground that I'm standing on. I'll be using the same concept and applying it to these 6-inch containers, which are bottomless. So this is how the if we were to look in a 15-gallon, it'll just have a big gaping hole going through it because it's bottomless. These 6-inch containers will basically just be lined up along the side of this grow bag, just so I can identify that these are Royal Golden plants, since I do have a few varieties that I'm growing this year. But I do plan on got bit by a horsefly. I do plan on saving purebred seed from all of these varieties, but I'm gonna have to cover them with insect netting and whatnot. So I'm gonna just have these lined up like this, like that. So first, let's just get to the special pineapple variety, which is called Hilo White. I received this from a YouTuber. I'll link his name in the description if I can remember. If I can remember to link it, I'll put it in the description for y'all. He's a great guy. So he provided me with a white flesh pineapple variety called Hilo White. Now he's in Hawaii, so you have to make sure that you can receive plant shipments from Hawaii, or pineapple shipments specifically. They can only send to certain states. They can't send to all of the states in the U.S. So this is a Hilo White that survived the winter. I would have had pineapples this year from my white flesh varieties, but I have a few white flesh varieties. I would have had pineapples, but I didn't protect them from the cold. But nonetheless, the white flesh varieties seem to show a strong hardiness as far as tropical plants are concerned. Get that roach. They show a strong hardiness compared to other little pineapple varieties. Normally the pineapples would just die out during the winter time, but these, they die out, but they come back from the crown. So don't pull your white pineapple plants. Sometimes the yellows do, but I've noticed that the whites have a strong vigor, and more specifically the white jade is the most vigorous white flesh pineapple variety that I've seen so far. White jade is just immaculate. It's produces multiple, like when these crowns die out, they produce a second shoot, and that becomes the new crown. When white jade crowns die out, they produce about 5 or 6 pups off of the main shoot. So you'll have a lot of pineapples from one plant after a couple seasons. All right, so that's Hilo White transplanted. So now we're gonna work on Royal Golden. Okay, now I've already pre-soaked these Royal Golden seeds. I already pre-soaked the napkin to allow me to remove the seeds much easier. So if you're using this type of method, make sure you soak that napkin so you don't end up ripping your roots. All right, I'm just trying to get this camera set up. I'm on uneven terrain, so I'm trying to do what I can, y'all. Just work with me. Just gonna set that there, and let's get to it. So first, we're gonna work in this bag, and then we're gonna do a couple on the ground. So simply remove the sides of the Ziploc. I noticed only about 3 or 4 royal golden seeds didn't sprout. That's no issue for me. So just carefully removing it so I can make sure I have the whole root intact. And we're gonna get to planting. I don't have any specific patterns or anything I want to plant it. Oh, so many insects in this garden bed, but that just means it's brimming with life. That's a good thing. So I don't look at it as a bad thing when you have a lot of insects in your garden, but sometimes it can get overwhelming. All right, so we got a lot of roots intact. So, and you notice those roots are still white. This is 8 days later after I started the seeds. If I would have waited a little bit longer, those roots would have started turning beige or brown. They would have started dying out on me. Whoa, can y'all hear that buzzing of that horsefly? That thing is fast and huge. So royal golden watermelon, I'm gonna have this growing on the back side of my garden bed. I also have another variety growing right now that actually has a fruit set on it called Wondermelon Watermelon from Seed Savers Exchange. Thank you, Seed Savers Exchange, for trusting me and allowing me to grow out the Wondermelon Watermelon for you, and allowing me to produce the seeds for you so you can provide to fellow gardeners. This roach, he just running all around this grow bag. Soil must be hot. Another thing is, I've discovered a way to mulch. I may do a separate video on that one. I use Hilo White plants or vining plants. I use a lot of vining plants that produce a lot of leaf material, and they produce a lot of leaf material, so I just pull up the leaves, I pull up the whole vines, and I mulch my bags with them. I'll show how one bag looks after this. Or a matter of fact, I'll just make it the next video and we'll go into detail on it, because I don't want to make this video too long. My videos have been a little bit long recently. Now, this plastic here was actually in my garden soil. I need to do better jobs of not composting uncompostable materials. So that's more royal golden seedlings than I actually thought I would have had in that packet. It was a packet of 25, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have well over 25 seeds or seedlings. Oops, there we go. All right. Wow, this is gonna be an excellent variety. I'm gonna have a lot of royal golden watermelons. I'm hoping that I will have upwards of 75 or more royal goldens. Simply because I'm hoping that I have a yield of at least three melons per vine. I'm hoping for that. I'm kind of planting late in the season, but in Zone 9B, we're able to do things like that. We can plant all the way to June, July, about July, August. You can see this seedling here looks terrible. That one's kind of rotted. We're gonna toss that one. This one too, this one is rotted. I can see the leaf. The leaf is brown. You don't want those rotted seedlings. So let's clean some of that out. All right. So now this bag has more than enough watermelon seedlings in it, but I'll pop another one in here just because I have so many. Definitely more than enough watermelon seedlings. How well will these watermelons grow in a grow bag? I couldn't tell you. I've never grown watermelons in a grow bag this high. I've never had my watermelons roots not be so I never had their roots be so far from the topsoil to where they just can't reach the topsoil. I'm normally using this method here with the 6-inch containers, and we're about to shift to this now, as a matter of fact. Just gonna make a little pocket to sit this tripod in. All right, I just hope we don't get knocked over, right? Okay, so this method here with the 6-inch container is what I'm used to, and the melons grow big. I mean, they're gonna grow full size, growing them out of the 6-inch containers. So back here I have, you can see this white grow bag, right back there. That's where I have a page mandarin tree growing. So I'm gonna put these containers right in front of that white grow bag. You can see I'm laying down the grass, and so the grass can go under the containers, which will help to provide a pocket of moisture later on in the season once this grass dies out, which should take about 5 days to 2 weeks, depending on the sunlight. It gets hot out here, so I'm gonna say it won't take no more than 5 days. You can see that these containers kind of they won't stay flat, of course. That's initially, but once you get the dirt in there, which we're about to do now, once that dirt gets in there, it sits it flush with the ground. It sits it as flush as it can get. Freaking roach crawling on me. I don't know why it's just hovering around this area. All right, so the container will sit flush with the ground as gravity pulls this soil down. So these bags, even my grow bags, they sink over the course of the season. So the height that we see them now, they will actually sink about a good half a foot or so by the end of the season. All right, make sure those containers are next to each other. I believe that this method also helps, well, as far as these containers, it helps to, these 6-inch containers, they help to separate the root systems of the plants while also allowing you to plant closer together. So normally you probably wouldn't plant in the topsoil. Probably wouldn't plant your watermelons 6 inches apart from each other. The containers are next to each other, but they're basically 6 inches apart if you count it from the middle. If you have one plant in the middle of each container, that's a 6-inch distance. All right, so we got 3 laid out. I'm not gonna do all of them with y'all. I'm gonna just do a few. 3 laid out. I'm just gonna grab 3 seedlings here. And as they're sitting out, the sunlight is drying them out. So if yours do dry out a little bit, you can just hit it with a little bit of more water. Make sure you have some spare water with you. So that's 1 seedling. Do the one all the way in the back. You can see there's a beautiful root system on this one here. And like I said, I laid those weeds right under this container. So once those weeds start to decay, they will provide a minor amount of nutrients. Probably wouldn't make a difference as far as the size of the watermelon is concerned. They'll provide something to the plant, keep it going. And then we need a third one. Right here. Royal Golden watermelon is a unique variety in more ways than one. It has a yellow skin with a red flesh. The vines also produce a yellowish leaf. So normally if you have yellowing leaves, you would think it's a iron deficiency or something, or zinc or something. You would think some type of deficiency is going on, but that's actually a characteristic of this specific variety. So I would assume the variety Golden Midget also has yellowing leaves. Haven't grown it yet, so I couldn't tell you. That's why you see these little seedlings here. They have those yellow leaves, yellow embryonic leaves. So I'm just watering with this water bottle. I poked a hole in the top, which allows me to spray that water out with a light amount of force. It doesn't dislocate the seedlings. Helps the soil to settle down around the roots. All right. So that's that, y'all. We just did a single Hilo White pineapple, but there's 3 in here. And then we did a few Royal Goldens, and I'm going to do the rest on my own. But that's that. I just wanted to do that transplant with y'all. Of course, we're going to follow up throughout the season on this Royal Golden variety. I'll do some follow-ups on it. Like I said, hopefully we get that 75 watermelon harvest. Hopefully I can get 25 in one day, just because I'm planting more than 25 in one day. So I hope that they'll all be ripe on the same day and we can have a huge yield of Royal Golden. I want to give y'all reasons to grow different foods. So I want these different foods to give me reasons to grow them. All right. So we got those 6-inch containers watered in. We got this grow bag watered in. Of course, I'm going to add more water, but this temporary watering is still better than nothing. So see y'all in the next one. Oh yeah, and I'm going to tag Rob. Definitely going to tag Rob, and I believe his name is Rob. It's called Green Garden Guy, and you can see there's a Hilo White coming up right here. It's kind of beneath the soil, so it's hard to see. This is a good one right here and a good one right there. See y'all in the next one.